Girl, are you out here thinking it's too late to start over or follow your dreams after the age of 40? Because I'm here to tell you that it is not. I'm Michaela Pabone, and I want to share a little bit of my journey with you about how I became an influencer and entrepreneur later in life. And I can also give you some tips on how you can take that leap too. So before I started my business, I was in a completely different place. I had a full-time job, had a family to care for. I mean, I still have a family to care for, but the full-time job, 9 to 5, really 7 to 5, was a completely different life from what I wanted to do. And I had no idea where to start. It just seemed impossible. But eventually I just realized that like I could not ignore these dreams anymore because they just wouldn't go away. It wasn't an easy decision to make, but taking small steps made it easier for me. I didn't know exactly where to start, but I just started creating content. I started taking photos, I started doing videos, and that kind of put me in the right place. It took a while, but there were some really big milestones that happened. I got my first paid campaign, which is amazing. I think the first one was DSW, and that was a contest. I won a contest with DSW from like tagging old pictures. I didn't have to do anything new. I just tagged old pictures and put old pictures in stories of like they had some prompts, and I won this contest and I won an actual paid campaign. And I took that really, really seriously. All of the campaigns that they had me do, I treated it, I mean, I was getting paid for it. So I treated it like I was, a real influencer, even though this was like my first time ever getting paid for anything. And that really set me up and set me apart from the other people that won the contest. From there, I had like my first viral post, and it was a reel, I believe, of my son. I think that went viral. And then really just seeing my community grow was validation for me that I was on the right path. But I'm not gonna lie, there were some challenges, like trying to balance it all, family, work, influencer, business. It was really tough in the beginning, and tough for a long time, actually, the balance part of it, because I got so involved in the work and I enjoyed the work so much that I was working a lot, probably a lot more than I should have been, taking time away from my husband, taking time away from my kids. And I had to learn to scale that back and to be more balanced with the work, even though it's really hard to be balanced in general, but I had to learn to be a little bit more balanced than I was. One of the most common things I hear from women over 40 is that I wish I had started earlier. But the truth is that it's never too late, and I will tell you why. By the time we hit 40, we've gained so much wisdom, clarity, perspective about what really matters. And we've learned to navigate challenges, to manage our time, and understand ourselves better than we ever could when we were 20. Those things are absolutely priceless in entrepreneurship. When you're older, you don't have to waste as much time figuring out what you don't want. You know your values, and you're more likely to pursue projects that align with those values. Unlike when I was in my 20s or even my 30s, I now have the confidence to trust my instincts, and I'm not second guessing myself or worrying about every little detail. I mean, I worry about some details, but I don't worry about all the details. And I'm focused on what feels right to me. And here's the thing, confidence isn't about having all the answers, it's about trusting yourself enough to figure things out as you go. And with age comes that kind of trust. As we get older, we've already faced a lot of setbacks, loss, disappointments, the ups and downs of life. And those things build resilience. I can look at a challenge now and think, I've been through worse or I've experienced worse. I can handle this. And this kind of emotional endurance is invaluable when you are building a business or building an online presence. It's not about avoiding the failure, it's about embracing it and learning from it. Another thing we have as we get older is a network. So we've spent years building friendships and connections, and a lot of times those are the people that are there to cheer you on or that are there to support you through it. Maybe they know somebody that can help you out. So you really have to tap into those connections because You never know where they can lead you. And the great thing about being over 40 and people over 40 is that we're often craving content and community that is relatable to us. So you are in the perfect position to connect with an audience that shares your experience. And there are still some outdated beliefs about age in business, entrepreneurship, like thinking you're too old to be an influencer. And these 30 under 30 lists will have you thinking that if you do anything after the age of 28, it's too late. And I just sometimes I really get annoyed by those lists because it's like when you think about people like Vera Wang and Bill Gates, some of these people didn't start really their businesses until after the age of 40. But the truth is, experience is what sets us apart. People don't just want to hear from the young and trendy. Like sometimes we do, you want to be up on the trends and what the young girls are doing. But at the same time, they want to hear from someone who's been there, done that, and ready to give practical, real advice. So your life experience is what gives you the unique edge. So now I want to give you some of the most important lessons I've learned along the way. And if you're ready to be an entrepreneur or an influencer, these tips will help you to make the most out of your experiences and your wisdom. Number one, embrace the power of your story. Your unique experiences are going to be a treasure trove of authenticity, and that is going to be your superpower. People don't just want to see what you're selling, what you're promoting, they want to connect with you. Share your story, the highs, the lows, the in-betweens, the mistakes, the lessons learned. Sharing all that will help you build a stronger connection with your audience. And with that stronger connection also comes trust. All right, tip number 2 is to focus on what you're passionate about. You don't have to do everything. You don't have to look at what this person and that person and do all the things that they are doing. It's impossible to be everything to everyone. Instead, find what lights you up and focus your energy there. Whether it's fashion, business, lifestyle, or something totally different, whatever it is, just make sure it just lights you up, because that passion is what's going to be contagious. When you're truly passionate about something, it shows in your work, and that kind of energy is what draws people in. So take the time to figure out what you love, what excites you, and make that the center of your business or your brand. And I'll take this one step further. When you think about your business, you also want to think about who you're serving and your content as well. You want to think about who you're serving and what your goal is. So with a business, you want to think about, what problem am I solving with this product or with this service? And that is how you want to approach building the business. Okay, so tip number 3 is to use your unique perspective to connect. One of the most valuable things that we have as we get older is our ability to see the bigger picture. We've lived through so much, so many different changes and challenges. We've gone through so much, and I feel like that is what really helps us to get a deeper understanding of the world and people's needs and our own needs. And you can really use that perspective to help others understand that they are not alone in their struggles. Whether it's in business or in life, people want real, relatable content, and you can be that voice for them. Lean into that. Okay, we are on to tip number 4, and that is to build a community, not just a following. So let me start by saying that a community is different from a following, because a community is engaged and supportive. A community is a group of people who are genuinely interested in what you're sharing, and they want to be a part of your journey. When people feel like they are a part of something, they're more likely to support you and your brand in ways you might not even expect. Building that community can take time, but it is so worth it. All right, tip number 5, consistency, consistency, consistency is key. And I'm talking to myself here because I have not been as consistent as I want to be, but I'm working on it. And I know you've heard this a million times. I've heard this a million times, but it's really important. In the beginning, it can feel like you're putting in all this work with very little reward, but trust me, don't give up. You got to keep working. Consistency is what helps you build the momentum, especially on Instagram, where the algorithm rewards consistency. So whether you are posting on social media, creating content, or working on your business, showing up every single day, no matter how small the steps. Michaela, because I'm still talking to myself here, um, that will get you closer to your goal. And please remember that you don't have to be perfect. Done is better than perfect. That's what I told myself about these YouTube videos, because when I tell you it took me forever to even get to this point of posting something. But yeah, so done is better than perfect. You just need to be consistent. Keep pushing, keep working, and it will pay off if you keep the consistency going. Okay, my last tip of the day is to not compare yourself to others and their journeys. This one took me a while to learn, but it's very important. Every single entrepreneur and influencer has their own timeline. Some may seem like they're moving a whole lot faster, while others may take a little bit longer to grow. And that's okay. What matters is you are making progress and not measuring yourself against what somebody else is doing. Focus on your own journey, celebrate your wins, which is something I need to tell myself more of, and keep moving forward at your own pace. And I want to leave you with this. If you've been thinking about starting something new, whether it's a new business, a blog, stepping into influencing, I'm here to tell you it's never too late, because I'm 48, and this is maybe my third long form video where I'm actually sitting here and talking to the camera. We can start something new at any age, and we have a wealth of knowledge, a wealth of experience to share with people that can help you find the community that you need, that will support you. The hardest part is taking the first step. And I get it. It's scary. But once you take that step, the path starts to open up, and you'll find that you're capable of more than you realized. You're stronger than you think, and you truly have the experiences that can help others. Your journey might look different from someone else's, but that is exactly what makes you special. Please, 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 I beg you not to let fear hold you back, because you don't want the, oh, I wish I could have, to be the regret, as opposed to, I did it and it didn't go the way I expected. Because maybe it'll lead you down another path. Don't let the idea that you're too old stop you from pursuing your dreams. Life doesn't stop at 40 or 50 or even 60. It only gets better as you realize how much more you have to offer. So embrace where you are right now and take that next step towards building something amazing. Age does not limit your potential. It amplifies your wisdom, your power, and your ability to connect with others. Girl, you're just getting started. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope this was helpful. If you are going to be starting something new, or if you have any thoughts, please leave them in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss part 2, where I will dive a little bit deeper into some actionable steps to get you started. If you are looking for more behind the scenes and updates, be sure to follow me on Instagram. I share my day-to-day life and more fashion and business tips, more inspiration, and all the real moments that come with being an entrepreneur over 40. Until my next video, keep moving forward, keep dreaming big, and keep embracing the journey. You got this.